Hey guys, it's Dude49, and I got to play a little bit of Star Wars Battlefront Bespin, the new DLC coming out. Now, after playing this game, I've noticed there's a lot of updates to the game, and one of them being that you can't use this wall hack trait as much as you'd like to. It only blinks every once in a while, and that's just like one of the things they've done to the game. Now, these are updates that have happened throughout the past to the game, and there's more to come as far as I know from speaking with the developers. But with the Bespin DLC, you're going to be seeing some interesting new things, like 5 new maps set around Cloud City. I do gotta mention, it does kind of look like I'm playing all fish-eyed like, and the only reason for that is because the monitors we were using there were like these really huge monitors, so I had to actually make the field of view match to the size of the monitor so it could actually look good while playing on a really large monitor. And now looking at it on a 1920 by 1080, this looks like I'm super fish-eyed. So I apologize for looking all bug-eyed here. So with that out of the way, one of the coolest maps that are going to be seen is a fighter squadron map for Cloud City. It's pretty interesting, and knowing that there's a cloud car you can use in Cloud City, that's like, what the heck, dude? That's freaking awesome. Although I gotta mention, this car in Cloud City, although it's new, it doesn't move the same as all the other vehicles. It actually moves really slow when you slow down, practically to an all-out stop, and it's really easy to take out, but it does have some pretty good firepower. You're also going to see some new weapons, which is the X8 Night Sniper. Now, this thing is actually really cool, and it helps to counter against people who keep using that camouflage that blends into some of the maps. So you can actually use this when you scope in. It's kind of like a heat sensor. You can see them by heat figures, and it makes it easy so that players that are using good camos aren't really blending into the walls or the surrounding environment, and you're going to be able to get them. But the thing with this pistol is that it's not as strong as I'd like it to be. Now, we did tell the devs about it, and I'm hoping that they will patch it to be even stronger, but I will recommend that if you're going to use this thing, you're going to want to use it for range. Don't expect it to be very good close range, but I'm hoping that they will patch it before the DLC does release. On the other hand, you also have an EE4 pistol. This thing is a spread burst with short to medium range and high damage. It is actually really, really good, and I recommend using this. Now, looking at the new star cards, you've got a shock grenade. It's a non-lethal grenade with a small radius that will stun opponents caught in the blast. It's actually really good, and if you are caught in the blast, you're gonna have to spam a key to get out of it, but it's actually pretty powerful because if you think about it, if there's players who are always holding a position down, you can throw that shock grenade in and you can run in there and they won't be able to do anything. Matter of fact, they can't even really dodge the shock grenade. They have to get out of there. Kind of like an incinerary, except they're stunned if you think about it, because when an incinerary comes and hits somebody, they have to run out of it. They don't want to take that damage, but in this case, it's a shock grenade that holds them down. So it's really good for clearing out tight corridors or even clearing out objectives. But we've also got another scout card, the Scout Binoculars. It uncovers soldiers with an outline when you zoom in through the goggles, and if you press the fire button, it outlines them for the entire team so they can see them for 4 to 5 seconds. It's basically like the spotting mechanic and sort of like that wall hack trait that we were talking about earlier, except this time it's with binoculars and lasts longer, so it's a team play effort here. Another really cool mechanic, kind of like the shock grenade, is the disruption. This thing is basically like it overheats any weapons of any soldiers in that radius. Now, they can counter it by pressing the R key when the reload gets close to it, that little reload mechanic, but if they miss it, it resets again for them. So this is actually a good way to basically stun a player from shooting at you. Again, it's kind of like using the shock grenade, but now you're running into a corridor and pressing that and it stops them from shooting at you. And this is really good for close quarters. It has a pretty large radius too, so it's going to help you clear out a lot of areas. We've also got 2 new heroes being brought in, which is Lando and Dengar. Lando has a power blast, which once activated will give a critical modifier on Lando's blaster fire. Another really cool thing is Lando has a shocking trap. It's a decoy that he can throw on the ground that looks like a hero pickup or even hero health, so that when players are running around to see it, it actually spins the other way around. That's the only way they can know it's a trap, but most people will run into it, and when they run into it, it will do damage to them. He also has, like, one of the traits, a system disruption, which is going to disrupt all close enemies, weapons, and star cards, setting them to overheat or cool down. Now, Dengar, being the opposite hero, he has an explosive rush, which Dengar runs forward and sticks grenades to all enemies he passes. Now, the way this works is, if a grenade is stuck to you, it does a minimal amount of damage. Not that much, but it does do damage to you. However, players around you, it will do a lot of damage to them. So you're basically a moving bomb. Now, here's the thing. He's doing it to a lot of people in the vicinity. So if Dengar actually runs into an area and puts his explosive rush onto a bunch of people in that area, it's going to be a huge kill streak. He's also got a Frenzy Blast, which greatly increases Dengar's fire rate on his primary weapon. Of course, this means there's going to be more spread and a little bit harder to control, and he's also got a Hurricane Strike, where Dengar performs a melee sweeping attack whilst running forward. A couple of quick things to mention that are also going to be included in this DLC is a new game mode called Sabotage. We're going to see 5 new Hutt contracts and a cloud car for Cloud City. There's also going to be an increase in rank from 60 to 70 now. We've also got 2 new appearances that are going to be brought in that's going to be able to be unlocked for the Rebels and also for the Empire, which is a Bespin Wing Guard and also a Shock Trooper. And there's also going to be some other updates that are coming out, which you're going to have to find out when you play the Star Wars Battlefront Bespin DLC. And that is everything you need to know about Star Wars Battlefront, the newest DLC, Bespin. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please do leave a like down below and let me know in the comments what you thought and if you want to see some more Star Wars Battlefront content, and I will catch you guys later.